So, how y'all doing today? It's Grandmaster Saya. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my page. If you like the video, then like the video. Hit the thumbs up. I want to say once again, subscribe to the page. Tune in with me. Walk this journey with me. We will be speaking on various topics, or I will be speaking on various topics, and I will be giving my perspective, which is a very good perspective, because as you will see as I go into this video today, I talk about misinformation. It's a lot of misinformation out there, y'all, and I just want to reach whoever, as many people as I can, to give them the correct information. Because it's only right, it's only right. People need the correct information. People need real scholarship, and people need to learn to think for themselves also, but anyways, share the video. If you like any of my videos, share the videos, and just ride with me, man, But I come today because I was tuning in to a certain video, and there is good information in the video that I was watching, but I noticed the misinformation being put into the video, and also false imagery also being used with the video. Okay, so and this is very dangerous. Okay, this is very dangerous because there are a lot of young minds out there, whether young or old in age, with people who's just not as learned or not as familiar with the information, and so they can get the wrong idea on something, and that's a problem. So when you hear someone speak of a universal personification or deity known in ancient Egypt as Tahuti or Jehuti, right? Describe the personification, the netter, right? Or the nature of writing. And what else? Writing, divine knowledge, and science. So this nature, or this netter, or some would like to say deity, or spiritual entity, or universal principle, in Hellenistic times became known as Hermes, Trismegistus, thrice great. See, when the Greeks began to sit at the feet of the ancient Egyptians and learn sacred knowledge and sacred science, okay, they was getting turned on to a lot of information, right? So Tahuti or Jehuti now becomes Hermes, right? And so I speak on this channel, I believe, various times on the Greeks moving through ancient Egypt and gaining knowledge, okay, and starting to produce things for themselves, right? Such as spirituality, such as a religion, okay? So So when the Romans come through, right, when the Greeks lose power in ancient Egypt and the Romans come through, Hermes becomes Mercury, right? So the same personification, so the same universal principle, this same deity, right? They're calling him Thoth today. This is another. This is another way of saying Tahuti. Some people say Thoth. So when you hear an individual saying that Thoth comes from Atlantis, we have a problem. Why? Well, this is a problem because, one, Atlantis was spoke of maybe once or twice in the olden, in ancient times, by a Greek, I'm not sure who, maybe Aristotle or maybe Plato, somewhere along them lines, but I'm not sure who. This is when Atlantis was spoke of. Now, what I need you to do is, and I may come back to this with the information, I need you to go into Sheikh Anta Diop. I'm probably not pronouncing his name right. Sheikh Anta Diop, and go into the book Civilization or Barbarism. Okay? And in that book, you will find a chapter on Atlantis. And he breaks the whole Atlantis thing down, and it basically was an island that was it was an island. Wow, it's been a long time since I read it, but if my memory serves me correct, it was an island that was connected to or in the same, I guess you could say, genetic stock or family as the Greeks. And this island actually was devastated or was terminated by a natural disaster. So that, like, this island sunk or something. I don't know if it was from a volcano or earthquake or something like that. Okay, so this is the only physical evidence of something known as Atlantis. So when somebody talk about Atlantis, they are actually talking about a make-believe civilization that predates the ancient African civilization known to man today. This is what Atlantis is. This is what I need y'all to understand. This is what I need y'all to know. So when someone takes Thoth out of ancient Egypt and places him in Atlantis, then you see where the problem arises, because the divine principle, Jehuti or Hermes, is a very important aspect of recognizing where I guess you could say Western civilization began to understand and extract this divine principle for themselves. Okay, so we dealing with a time now where the truth is recognized, and now they want to trick you and change. They want to change history. They want to rewrite history, a false history. Okay, so that's why it's very important When you see a person taking Thoth, Tahuti, Hermes, when they take him out of ancient Egypt and puts him in a make-believe place known as Atlantis, which is a mythological or imaginary place of a place saying this is the place that had to existed before ancient Egypt, before ancient Africa. This is the place that ancient Egypt really got their knowledge from. Okay, so this is false. It is sometimes I be wanting to express myself and I can't find the words to do so. But it is blasphemy, man. You know, if you really study and you really know this information, it's blasphemy. And it's really at its unfiltered core racism. Okay? If it wasn't, I wouldn't be talking about it. Like, you know. So really that's what it is, y'all. So y'all gotta understand that. You gotta understand. Let's look at, no, before I go there, I had no idea I'd even be talking this long. Before I go there, let's talk about this. This is another problem. This is another problem. When someone talks about the Sumerian deities, known as the Anunnaki, when someone talks about them and then mixes them up with the Egyptian deities as if they are the same deities, okay, we have a problem. If you hear a person say, oh, Enlil is Osiris, come on now. This is blasphemy. It's blasphemy because, you know, you got two different groups of people explaining something with an ancient way of thinking. Okay? Maybe they could be trying to describe the same universal principle, or maybe it's just two different deities. But you can't say Enlil is Osiris. You can't say that. Like, it's just really stupid. Okay, so these are the people on the forefront. These people are getting hundreds of thousands of views on videos. These are the people that's educating the masses, right? I post my video on YouTube and they'll let 27, 30 people see it. I used to get hundreds of views. Now, you know, 27, 30 people might see these videos, right? And why is that? So, that's why it's important, if you guys are watching this, that's why it's important that you guys share this. That's why it's important that you guys thumb this up, because, you know, we can't continue to let these people misinform the masses. All right. You know, the ancient world, you know, ancient Africa, you know, has a very high seat, or the highest seat in the ancient world, and as it connects to what we know today. All right. And they, you know, they want to smudge this information and place themselves in there as some type of factor when it's just not the case. All right. So you know, I just kind of had to get that off my chest, man. What else I want to touch on? I was also watching a video through the same channel. I'm not gonna blast the channel just as yet, because I'm not really into tearing down, because I watch it because, you know, a lot of the stuff that they talk about, you know, I think is really interesting. But I do see where they have to place in the BS you know, and the misinformation for whatever reason that they need to do so. But from the same channel, a guy was talking about the Great Pyramid. And as he began to talk about the Great Pyramid and all its mysteries, and they still, you know, searching and looking, and I spoke about this before. They don't want to believe to themselves, or they don't want to admit that a group of Africans could have done something greater than their own, or something that they can't figure out, or something that they cannot master. And I think that's just the way that the Almighty God, or Creator, or however you want to describe the energetic presence, Creator of all things, I think that's just a way of trying to give knowledge to a certain group of people, saying, what you think you know, this is the proof that you don't know what you think you know, right? So, but back to the Great Pyramid and what the guy was saying. So the guy started talking about the Great Pyramid, and this guy tries to associate Enoch with the Great Pyramid. This is blasphemy. Why? Because Enoch is a mythological being. Enoch is not real. It's a created story. It's a mythological story. It's not the Great Pyramid is a physical, real life structure built by human beings, okay? In ancient Egypt, in Africa, was constructed. Enoch is a mythological character. Oh my God. That's like talking about the NBA Finals and the results of the NBA Finals, right? With the guy named Kawhi Leonard, and what he did against Golden State. That's just like saying, damn, Daffy Duck had something to do with the damn results of the had something to do with the results, or Daffy Duck played a role in the damn NBA Finals. Like, we know Daffy Duck is not real. Now, I'm not trying to disrespect Enoch or the tradition. I'm really not. I said that to show that, you don't mix a story, a mythological story, with the actual current event. And that's the problem. The mythological stories need to be separated from actual historic events. And this is where people are getting a great disservice at, and that's why, people need to read and learn from themselves, because if not, somebody will do the thinking for you. Okay? And, and a lot of people is not going to buy books. A lot of people is not going to read books. A lot of people is just going to depend on some guy on the internet talking, hey, this guy is smart. He really knows what he's talking about. Hey, I just learned something today. Not knowing this dude just really misinformed you. All right? So, so it is what it is, man. The Book of Enoch, that's a very interesting story. It's a very somewhat popular story. In no shape way or form or fashion am I trying to disrespect the book of Enoch. I do believe that it's I believe it's a good story. You know, I believe it's a good story. I do believe in a spiritual presence. I'm not saying that spiritual deities are not real and can't influence the physical matrix, but you can't take a mythological story of another group of people and apply it to a real life current event and greatness of another group of people. You understand what I'm saying? Even though the book of Enoch, I believe, was written in Ethiopia. If it wasn't written in Ethiopia, it was found in Ethiopia. But I think it was written in Ethiopia. And it might be one of the reasons why it was not placed in the actual scriptures. But anyways, so that's it, y'all. Basically, you know, I just had to get that off of my chest. You know, it's a lot of misinformation out there. You know, and you really got to pick up these books for yourself, and you really got to read for yourself, and you really got to learn to think for yourself. All right, just because somebody sounds smart doesn't mean that they smart. You know, so pick up a book. You know, search for knowledge, search for truth. If you're searching for truth, you will find it. If you want the knowledge, you will get it. That, you know, all you got to do is just want to have the knowledge, and you know, the universe is going to bring it to you some way, shape, form, or fashion. So that's it for me, y'all. Don't let these guys out here misinform you. You know, everything that they say might not be all that bad, you know, but get the right knowledge for yourself. All right, peace.